Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the content that we have coming out. And today we are going to be diving into Zor-El, aka Superwoman. This is all part of the Future State line. If you haven't been keeping up with Future State, go ahead and check out the description. I have a link for you to a playlist as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything Future State related. This is the event that's going to be taking over for the next foreseeable future until the beginning of March. So be sure to get caught up on it. We're covering every single issue of Future State. And honestly, I have to say, I really do enjoy this issue. It picks us up in the far future, if you will, on the moon colony. And it's nice to have a story that's completely separate from what's going on with Earth. Now, with that being said, let's dive into this issue. So diving in this one, like I said, we pick up on the moon colony years from now. And we have Superwoman, which is a very well-deserved, finally well-deserved title. You know, she's been Supergirl for so long. It's nice to finally see her actually get the mantle that she deserves, which is Superwoman. But she's standing over the grave of Krypto, and it seems that Krypto has finally passed away after all of these years. And she's reminiscing about all the lessons that she learned from Krypto the Superdog. How he accepted her as she already was. And she left for the colony on the moon some time ago. A place where the displaced of Earth can have a safe haven. And all of this is an attempt for her to try to be the best Kryptonian she can. She tries to be the best of all of them. Of Clark, of John, of her. The best Kryptonian she should have been a long time ago. She tried to tend to the moon colony like a garden. Using what she's learned. Helping others. She's really living just a kumbaya type lifestyle now where she's just trying to be kind, respect others, and not resort to violence. And trying to gain as much wisdom as she can. And this is when a spaceship comes crashing in through the shield wall. And Superwoman flies over and sees a newcomer, a child of sorts, who sends Superwoman flying. And we see this child transform into some kind of dragon. And Superwoman goes to stop the kid and just is like, hold on, like, I can't let you loose on the colony. I don't know if you mean us harm or what's going on. And this is where Superwoman uses her heat vision. And this dragon literally just eats it. Not only eats it, but now this individual is empowered and stole Superwoman's ability. But this is where Superwoman pulls out her plan B with a quantum detonator. Pretty much like either this stops or I end us all right now. And then the child gets off of her and starts asking about the moon colony and if it's a place for refugees to come and seek safe haven. And so though this was off to a real rocky start, we see some kind of friendship blooming here. And Superwoman introduces herself. And we find out that this child's name is Lenari of the Star Swamp asteroid. And she's some kind of royalty, but she ran away. After she was given the power of her people, the Starfell Jewel, and it embodies her with all the abilities that she has to absorb other people's powers and things of that nature, but she ran away with it. And so she's being tracked down by all of her people, and they know exactly where her signature is picking up at. And so they're on their way to annihilate her and anybody that is harboring her. And this is where we pick up 3 days later. And these two have been, really getting to know each other, finding more out about all their powers and abilities and so on and so forth. And we learn a little history that her dynasties clashed over just the richest rich. They went to war against one another over everything. They fought for generations over this jewel, which infused the bearer with incredible powers. Everything to them is about serving their family. Now, her father had found the jewel, and because only one could carry it, only one could bear that power, the shape-shifting, the ability to take from others. With his dying breath, he gave the power they had fought over for centuries. And now, the ancestral enemies, they're coming for her, and what's inside of her head. But Superwoman isn't fretting too much on that aspect. She's really trying to help this girl learn her powers and what she can do. And we see her put together the dam that helps irrigate parts of the moon so that they can harvest and things of that nature. And as these two fly through the sky, we see Lenari start to be very cruel to Superwoman. Just telling her, if you had any kind of family, any kind of real family, you wouldn't content yourself with shutting yourself off in a glass coffin, stuck here sad and miserable. But Superwoman can tell that she's just lashing out. and we see her hit Superwoman, and she actually makes Superwoman bleed. And this is where she freaks out, says that she's nothing, she's just a thief, a liar, a runaway, and she goes and takes off. But Superwoman's not having it. Like, she knows that Crypto wouldn't run away from this situation, wouldn't let her run away from this situation. And so Superwoman goes chasing after her, only to see her captured by her kinfolk. And with this, Superwoman tries to hold on to the piece that she found. She's trying not to let it go. And with that, she apologizes to Crypto for what she's about to do. And we see her blast her heat vision. And that will be the end of this issue. So like I was saying, you know, I really do enjoy this story. It sets apart from everything going on Earth. You know, with the Magistrate and with the new Justice League and all that stuff, you know, she's out here doing her own thing, which I have to say is pretty awesome. And now she's finally, you know, carrying the title Superwoman, which is much deserved. You know, she lived in the shadow of Clark Kent. And then Jonathan Kent came along and she really just didn't know her place anymore or where she stood. And so she ended up on the moon, protecting those that needed protection. All in all, I have to say, you know, is relatively well written. It's a great little story with some new characters introduced, some very powerful individuals, and I'm very excited to see the outcome of this and see how Wonder Woman's powers have become, especially now sitting on the moon. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, go check out Comic Breakdown and More podcasts. We're available on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because we're going to be dropping issues every Friday, talking about the weekly comic pools, talking about Marvel and DC Cinema from WandaVision to Wonder Woman. So be sure that you don't miss out on any of that awesome content. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that like button, and until the next video,